At 5:40 in the morning, Rosa Alvarez found the new dedication wall and saw every name on it except hers. The wall stood beside the glass door to the rooftop garden at Harbor Museum. Its letters were still covered with a thin plastic film, but Rosa could read them under the worklights. Major donors, lead designers, restoration partners, executive leadership, not one-night custodian, not Rosa. She stood with a mop bucket beside her and a small brass key in her pocket, the same key she had carried for 14 years. It had warmed against her leg through winter shifts, summer storms, and nights when the museum felt less like a building and more like a sleeping animal she had promised not to wake. Behind her, workers moved tables for the reopening gala. Someone tested lights. Someone else argued about white tablecloths. The rooftop garden, once forgotten behind a locked stairwell door, would be shown to the city that evening. Rosa should have felt proud. Instead, she felt herself becoming invisible in a place she knew by heart. "Excuse me," a young event assistant said, stepping around the mop bucket without looking at her. "Can this be moved?" "Yes," Rosa said. She moved it. That was what she did. She moved things. She cleaned around people. She arrived after applause and left before speeches. She told herself there was dignity in quiet work. And there was, but somewhere along the way, quiet had become a hiding place. At 7, the first school group arrived early for a preview tour. Rosa was wiping fingerprints from the elevator doors when she heard a familiar voice. "Stay together, please." Museum voices. She turned. Mateo stood in the lobby with 12 fourth graders in matching blue shirts. Her son had become a teacher with tired eyes, kind hands, and the same frown he used to make as a child when he was trying not to ask for too much. "Mum," he said. Rosa smoothed the front of her uniform. "You are early, bus schedule." He glanced at the children, then back at her. "I didn't know you were working today. I work most days. I know. I mean here, during the reopening." Rosa smiled the small smile she used with guests. Big mess before big parties. Mateo looked toward the rooftop sign. "Is that the garden you used to talk about?" Before Rosa could answer, a curator walked past with a clipboard. "School group for the roof." "Great. Please wait near the stairs. The director wants photos before anyone touches the plants." Rosa stepped aside automatically. Mateo noticed. He had always noticed more than she wanted him to. Years earlier, when Mateo was 12, he begged Rosa to come to career day. She had said no because her shift ended at 6 in the morning and because she did not own a blouse that did not smell faintly of floor cleaner. She told herself children could be cruel. She told herself she was protecting him, but Mateo came home quiet that afternoon. Later, Rosa found a blank index card in his backpack where he had been supposed to write his parents' job. She never asked about it. That was another thing she moved. Around the rooftop garden had been closed the same year. A leak damaged the stairwell. Funding vanished. The museum locked the door and forgot the space, except when donors toured the upper floors. Rosa did not forget. The plants were still alive then, barely. Ferns curled brown at the edges. A lemon tree dropped leaves into dry soil. Rainwater pooled under broken planters. One night, Rosa found a sparrow trapped against the glass and used her ring of keys to open the roof. After that, she kept going back. She watered after midnight. She swept broken tiles into a dustpan. She carried soil up in small bags because heavy ones hurt her back. She tied the lemon tree to a wooden stake with strips cut from an old cleaning rag. No one asked her to. Maybe that was why she loved it. The garden needed her without making a speech about it. At 8, Mateo found her near the service hallway while the students sketched statues. "You took care of it," he said. Rosa looked at the brass key in her hand. She had not realized she was holding it. A little. Rosa smoothed the front of her uniform. "You are early. Bus schedule." He glanced at the children, then back at her. "I didn't know you were working today. I work most days." "I know. I mean here, during the reopening." Rosa smiled the small smile she used with guests. Big mess before big parties. Mateo looked toward the rooftop sign. "Is that the garden you used to talk about?" Before Rosa could answer, a curator walked past with a clipboard. "School group for the roof." "Great. Please wait near the stairs. The director wants photos before anyone touches the plants." Rosa stepped aside automatically. Mateo noticed. He had always noticed more than she wanted him to. Years earlier, when Mateo was 12, he begged Rosa to come to career day. She had said no because her shift ended at 6 in the morning and because she did not own a blouse that did not smell faintly of floor cleaner. She told herself children could be cruel. She told herself she was protecting him. But Mateo came home quiet that afternoon. Later, Rosa found a blank index card in his backpack where he had been supposed to write his parents' job. She never asked about it. That was another thing she moved. Around the rooftop garden had been closed the same year. A leak damaged the stairwell. Funding vanished. The museum locked the door and forgot the space, except when donors toured the upper floors. Rosa did not forget. The plants were still alive then, barely. Ferns curled brown at the edges. A lemon tree dropped leaves into dry soil. Rainwater pooled under broken planters. One night, Rosa found a sparrow trapped against the glass and used her ring of keys to open the roof. After that, she kept going back. She watered after midnight. She swept broken tiles into a dustpan. She carried soil up in small bags because heavy ones hurt her back. She tied the lemon tree to a wooden stake with strips cut from an old cleaning rag. No one asked her to. Maybe that was why she loved it. The garden needed her without making a speech about it. At 8, Mateo found her near the service hallway while the students sketched statues. "You took care of it," he said. Rosa looked at the brass key in her hand. She had not realized she was holding it. "A little mum, what? Why do you do that?" "Do what?" "Make yourself small before anyone else gets the chance." The words were gentle, but Rosa felt them like cold water. She laughed once, too softly. "You sound like a teacher." "I am one." "Then stay with your class." Mateo did not move. "I used to think you never came to school because you were embarrassed." Rosa looked up. "Embarrassed of what?" "Of your job? Of being seen there. Maybe of me seeing you there." The service hallway seemed to narrow. "No," she said. "Never of you. I know that now. But I didn't then." Rosa wanted to explain the tiredness, the uniform, the fear that other parents would arrive in suits and she would arrive smelling like bleach. She wanted to say love was the reason she stayed away. But love that hides can look too much like absence. Mateo's students began calling his name from the gallery. He turned to go, then stopped. "If you kept that garden alive, they should know." Rosa closed her fingers around the key. People do not come to museums to hear about mops. Maybe they should. At 10, 2 workers began mounting the final dedication plaque beside the garden door. Rosa watched from behind a cart of folded chairs. The plaque was beautiful. Brushed metal, clean lines, names placed in careful rows, again, not hers. The director, Ms. Ellery, stood nearby, approving the height. Rosa could feel the old habit rising. Let it go. Do the work. Pride makes people noisy. Keys are for opening things, not for being noticed. Then Mateo's words returned. Make yourself small before anyone else gets the chance. Rosa pushed the cart into place, wiped her hands on a cloth, and walked toward the director, Ms. Ellery. The director turned with half her attention. Yes, Rosa. Hearing her name made Rosa braver and sadder at the same time. The plaque is missing something. The worker with the drill paused. Ms. Ellery looked at the wall. Is there a typo? No, a truth. The lobby noise seemed to fade. Rosa kept her voice even. The garden did not wait 14 years because of donors. They helped restore it, yes. But the night staff kept it alive. I kept it alive. Ms. Ellery blinked. Rosa wanted to apologize for speaking. She did not. I am not asking for a speech, she said. But if the wall says who made the garden possible, it should not leave out the people who carried water when no one was watching. For a moment, no one answered. Then the older maintenance man beside the ladder said, She's right. One of the workers nodded. We can add a small plate before tonight. Miss Ellery looked at Rosa for a long second, and something in her expression changed from surprise to recognition. What should it say? Rosa's throat tightened. She could have said night staff. She almost did. Then, she thought of Mateo at 12 with the blank index. Card, Rosa Alvarez, and the Harbor Museum night staff, she said. The words did not shake the building. They did not make music play. They simply stood there, real, at noon. Mateo's class finally climbed the stairs to the rooftop. The students gathered behind the glass door, buzzing with the dramatic energy of children being told to wait. Ms. Ellery looked round. Rosa, would you open it? Rosa felt every eye turn toward her. Her first instinct was to pass the key to someone with a nicer jacket. Instead, she stepped forward. The brass key slid into the lock, the way it always had. Soft, familiar. A small click. The door opened, and warm air moved through the stairwell, carrying the smell of wet soil, lemon leaves, and city rain. The children went quiet. It was not a grand garden. Not really. There were planters patched at the corners, herbs in clay pots, vines climbing wire, and one stubborn lemon tree leaning toward the sun. But after years, behind a locked door, it looked almost brave. A girl near the front asked, "Who planted it?" Rosa looked at Mateo. He did not answer for her, so she answered for herself. "A lot of people helped," Rosa said. "And for a long time, I helped when the museum was closed. At night," a boy asked, "At night, were you scared?" Rosa smiled. "Sometimes, but plants are quiet company." The children laughed softly, and the sound lifted into the open air. Mateo raised his phone. "Mom, can I get a picture of you by the gate?" Rosa almost said no. She almost stepped aside and pointed at the lemon tree, the skyline, anything but herself. Then she stood beside the open gate with the key in her hand. Mateo took the picture. Afterward, he looked at the screen for longer than he needed to. "I would have been proud," he said. Rosa knew what he meant. Career day. The blank card. All the years she had mistaken hiding for protection. "I know," she said. I'm sorry I did not let you. That evening, before the gala began, Rosa passed the dedication wall again. A new small plate had been added at the bottom, with gratitude to Rosa Alvarez and the Harbor Museum night staff, whose care kept this garden alive. Rosa read it twice. Then she walked to the service room and hung the brass key on its hook. For years, the hook had been labeled roof access. Now, a piece of white tape sat beneath it in Mateo's handwriting. Rosa's key. She touched the label once, then let the key go. Not because the garden no longer needed her, because she no longer needed to disappear in order to love it. Sometimes, humility is beautiful, but when humility becomes self-erasure, the people who love you lose the chance to be proud of the life you actually lived. You do not have to turn every quiet sacrifice into a spotlight, but you are allowed to stand in the truth of what you carried. You are allowed to let your name be spoken, and sometimes the door you have been opening for everyone else finally opens for you. If this story stayed with you, carry its lesson into your own life. And for more stories that help you see life differently, subscribe to Inner Shift.